Hi, I'm Dave Worzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight is on the spring musical being done at Chicago Christian High School in Palos Heights this year. And I'm going to actually let our director, Joe Slavinsky, tell us, what do you guys do at Chicago Christian this year?
Yeah, this year we are putting on the show Tinkerbell.
All right, and that would explain part of the set. Do you want to talk about the set and the props, what we have with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have pieces of Neverland here with our mushrooms. We've got Captain Hook's sword, Peter Pan's hat. We got wings. We've got Captain Hook's hook. You know, Tinkerbell herself over here. So yeah, this is basically the classic story of Peter Pan, the one that you guys are all used to. But instead of being told from Peter's perspective, it's told from Tinkerbell's perspective.
All right, I like the twist. I'm going to ask you a question about the panels behind us in a second. Before we get there, you've been a director for a while. We're going to talk to Al, who is our title character, right? And I'm going to guess we got Hook here. So we're going to talk to them about the roles they're playing. Before we do that, Joe, can you tell us, how long have you been a teacher at Chicago Christian and also directing?
For sure, yeah. I've been teaching at Chicago Christian High School for 3 years now, and I've been directing also for 3 years. So this is the fourth show that I've worked on here at CCHS, and I teach biomedical science here during the day, my day job, and then my night job is directing theater here. So yeah,
I like the bio and then theater.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I did see your Arsenic and Old Lace last year, and that was awesome. So I'm sure you're going to do a great job with this one.
Thank you.
So we got Tinkerbell, and it's coming up pretty soon. Can you use the dates and times when it's available?
Sure. The show is March 7th and 8th. It's at 7 p.m. and we actually have a special thing that's happening this year. Since this show is geared more towards small children, we're actually going to, at 6:30, a half hour before the show time, we're going to have a meet and greet with Tinkerbell, Captain Hook, as well as Peter Pan. So you can come and get your picture taken with those characters and meet them and interact with them and stuff before you sit down and enjoy the show. And you can get tickets at cchstheater.ludus.com.
All right, thank you for that. And what a great idea, the meet and greet. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of fun. All right, I'm going to turn to Al and Zion here. First of all, Al, maybe do you want to talk about the role of playing Tinkerbell? I'm an incredibly famous character, but specifically for you, playing this character, what it's like, and maybe some of the challenges in playing that character.
Well, I love Tinkerbell. I've loved her since I was a little girl, but I think definitely one of the challenges is her emotions are so big. She only has one at a time, and some of her lines are hard to just choose one emotion to portray. But besides that, it's pretty fun.
So that's interesting to talk about. One emotion comes through, even though obviously she's got multiple. I do want you to talk about the prop in your hand in a second. So would you say, does she go through some real strong swings of not just emotion, but probably intensity with it?
Yes. Sometimes she'll be really angry, and then she'll switch right to oh, I need to save this person. But yes, huge mood swings, for sure.
And your prop?
So this is actually Tinkerbell. I'm just in a large version of her, but she's actually really small.
All right, I like it. I love the glow image on it too. Zion, how about for you playing Captain Hook? Can you talk about playing that role and challenges and maybe what you like about it too?
Well, the thing about Hook is that he's just one of the villains that defines what it means to be a really storybook villain. You know, you have to honestly, one of the hardest challenges for me was getting down the voice and just the mannerisms in general. It's just a lot of work you put into that to make sure that it's just authentic and feels like the character.
All right, so I know Joe is concerned because he opened the door there. And maybe I'll put it to Tinkerbell first. Can we get a sample of the voice? Can we get a sample of the voice? Can you give us a line?
Okay.
All right, can you give us a sample? I'll let you work into it. Yeah. Tinkerbell, you want to go first?
Yes.
Get in character for us.
I'm not a lady, I am a fairy.
Wow, I got it. I could have closed my eyes and get it for sure. Hook, how about you?
Well, the one coming to the top of my head is the one where he goes, I've sailed these seas many a moon, and I've never once seen the island before.
Oh, I like it. Mm-hmm. I like it. And atmospheric, too, and the quality of it. Nice delivery. All right. Maybe, Joe, do you want to talk about the play at large, staging a play like this? Because, we all can picture the Neverland and the island, and you've got Hook, and I'm imagining pirates or ships, or how do you pull off a production like that on the high school stage?
Yeah, I will say every time that we do a show like this where it's a fantasy show, there's always a bit of an extra added challenge just because there's so many props and things that don't necessarily show up in everyday life. Things like giant mushrooms and stuff like that that we have to make or source from somewhere else. And so plus this show is really only a little over an hour long. And so there's a lot of scene changes that take place in that hour time. So making sure that the sets that we have are believable, but then we can also change them quickly so that the kids don't get bored while they're watching the show. So that has been a bit of a challenge, sort of mapping out how we're going to stage everything so we can keep the show moving and nobody's sort of sitting and waiting around.
So that's a fast production. One last question about the set. What about the panels behind us? What a great illustration of the set.
Yeah, absolutely. So these pieces that are behind us, these we call the triangles because they are triangle shaped. And we've had these since I was in high school, many, many moons ago. And so basically they allow us to be able to change scenes quickly because all we have to do is spin them around. And so if we want to sort of like, well, you don't have enough room to spin them, but if you were to spin this, on one side of it is the pirate ship, and then on another side of it is the Darling's bedroom. So, yeah.
All right, so there's the teaser. If you want to see the other sets.
There you go.
All right, I'm going to turn away from we're going to come back to theater in a second. I'm going to turn away from it. Zane, do you do any other club sports or activities at Chicago Christian?
Very recently, I was part of the upstart of this newer film club that just came out in the school, but besides that, no, not really.
Okay, you're a performer.
Yeah.
Theater's your thing. Elle, how about you? Do you do any other club sports or activities?
I don't do any sports here, but I do dance, for sure.
Does that show up in Tinkerbell's performance?
I'm sure a little bit, but
Some theatric
yeah.
movement. Okay. How about favorite subject in school?
I'd have to say history.
History? Oh.
Also history.
Okay. Biomed.
Biomedical science, yeah.
All right. And then how about, let's see, you're sophomore. Junior? Is it?
Yeah, junior.
Okay, maybe I'll still throw it out there. Do you think about post-high school yet? I mean, you got plenty of time, but what you might be doing or where you might be headed?
I definitely want to do something in film. I don't know exactly what. I mean, I definitely have some talent when it comes to acting, but besides that, there's a lot of opportunity out there.
All right, well, good luck. I hope you get to pursue something that involves that performance. What about you, Elle?
I really want to do psychology, but also do something with theater too.
Okay. They marry for sure. How about the psychology of Tinkerbell? That might be a future essay. All right. Couple last questions for everybody. I want to do the fantasy, which maybe fits the set. All right. Let's do this one first. Favorite all-time play or musical that you've seen?
Oh, wow. Okay, so favorite all-time, I would have to say I really always go back to, I really like the musical Dr. Dolittle. I love the music in that. I love the story. It's really great. Yeah.
Fun, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of fun to do.
Elle?
The two in between is Heather's and Six.
And why? What's your...
I honestly don't know. I just really like it a lot.
You like them a lot, all right.
Yeah.
Hook, how about Isaiah? How about you?
Well, honestly, up until very recently, like these last few years, I haven't really been very into plays, but when I did see some which happened, like Hamilton and Six, I've been really interested in them, and I think Hamilton's definitely my favorite so far of the ones that I've seen, and I would have to say, yeah.
Okay. No, I like so far too. There's more theater coming up, and I hope there's a lot of great theater out there. All right, here's the fantasy of all-time fantasy questions. Broadway needs you. They're staging a musical or a play. You can take your pick. They need you. You get the phone call. What would be the part, if you could play any part in any musical or play, what would you be playing?
Well, if I'm going to say that my favorite musical was Dr. Dolittle, then I would for sure want to play John Dolittle in that production.
Take the title role.
That's right.
Elle, how about you?
I, again, probably my favorite musicals, but probably either Veronica Sawyer and Belen.
Okay, and why would you want to play those?
Well, Veronica Sawyer is the main character in Heather's, and I just really like Anne Boleyn in Six.
Okay. Zach?
Okay, I haven't put a lot of thought into this, but there's a lot of good characters out there, so it's a really hard question for me, but I was going to say something as a joke. I was probably going to say Spider-Man in that one Broadway performance.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, I was just saying, change your
Yeah,
mind.
exactly.
I think I would want to play. Who wouldn't want to be Spider-Man, right? Go ahead.
Yeah. But besides that, I probably look like going off like my favorite current play, probably like Hamilton. I don't know. Maybe I don't know if I do good with a main role in a play that big, but who knows?
All right, maybe give a run. Well, someday, maybe, right? That's the fantasy, okay? All right, let's come back to what do you like best about being in theater at Chicago Christian High School? Maybe even the best in this play, being part of the organization, and also as a director.
Yeah, for me as a director here, I think the best thing for me about doing theater here is honestly the kids. Just in that I've experienced a lot of theater other places, high school theater, community theaters and stuff like that. And, the thing that I notice is that like our kids really put in the effort. They really put in the, the time and the dedication to try to make it the best that they can. We have a lot of natural born actors here at this school, and they just impress me every time that whenever the show is done, I look at it and I'm like, man, like they did a great job, so. It
has got to be very cool watching young people bring that energy. I like that you got a lot of natural born actors here. I wonder if the teachers in the building know that too. Elle, how about you?
Well, for me, I've gotten a lot of good friends out of theater. Just I don't know, but it's a really good community because I think everyone's really welcoming. Even it's like, I'm like brand new here. I think we're a very welcoming community. But also I love to dance, I love to sing, and I love to act. So it's kind of just like perfect.
all the ingredients are right there for the great experience. But the other part you find is so important, right? You coming together with your friends and the sense of community, such a big part of it. Zane, what for you do you like best about it?
I have to say the same about community, but I also do appreciate the experience to just learn something new and like take the skills that you learn from acting and be able to just use them in the real world, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, right? The skills that go beyond just the stage and how they apply to, the rest of your life in some way. Well, I'm going to wish you all luck, all right?
Thank you.
Tinkerbell's March 7th and 8th.
That's right.
All right, you got a meet and greet on the 7th?
Meet and greet both days, yep, at 6:30 p.m.
Okay, all right, great. Thank you very much. Good luck, Tinkerbell. Good luck, Director. Good luck, Hook. All right.
Thank you so much.
I'm Dave Worsley. You've been watching PHTV4 Spotlight. Today's Spotlight has been on the spring play at Chicago Christian High School, where they'll be putting on Tinkerbell March 7th and 8th. Thank you for watching.